out in the front yard. Like, and nobody even knew that shit by the time we made it home. It was like we were completely gone by the time we made it to the house. Just had no idea how we got there.
Magic.
Yeah. And that's not even the freaking worst story that I have. Like, whenever I did opium, see, that's the scariest part about those kind of drugs, is because you don't know how you're going to get home, and there's like a time limit that you have, so you better have your ass where you need to be. Because if you're not there
before it activates, yeah.
Crazy shit's gonna happen.
What is that trip like? I thought opium makes you slow, like real lethargic. Isn't it like? Yeah, this girl, she's like, all right. So I was walking and she was just passing out and like nodding and just sleep on the side. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? She's like, hand me my phone. Hand me my phone. Are you gonna take my phone? I'm like, no, I don't want to take your phone. And I'm like sitting there. She was just bugging out, and I had my kids. It was just weird. I didn't know what she was doing.
You might not like lose memory and stuff on opium. Okay, not all the time. Some people do it, but like whenever freaking you actually it kicks in and hits you, you don't want people in public to see you acting the way you're acting. Okay.
And what about
I don't rate opium. I think it's more of a medicine than a recreational drug.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Is that what they use for morphine too?
Morphine is.
Yeah.
Opium. Morphine. Yeah.
They're all part of the opiate family, you know. But if you want something to inspire the mind and awaken your spirit, then take LSD or DMT. But yeah, opiates and stuff like that's medicine. Don't take that shit.
Well, they give you morphine in the hospital, but I was like allergic to it. It was like a bad reaction for me, so they stopped giving it to me. But when I had my kids, that's what I had to take. But what about crystal meth? What does that? Have you guys?
Oh, that's just garbage.
Okay, so the deal with crystal meth is it's a very insidious drug. Don't take. Basically, don't.
I'm not gonna take it. I just see people that convert from.
If you did take it, don't take it again.
No, I've never taken. I've never done meth. Not meth, not opium, except for like I said, they give me like morphine in the hospitals and stuff like that. And then I eat everything bagels. They're really good.
It's literally good.
So what methamphetamine does is it hijacks your dopamine pathways and it rewires them to go into that. So literally it rewires your dopamine pathways, which means you're almost like instantly addicted. And even if you do get off the drug, you end up with a blown out dopamine pathway, which means you'll end up addicted to something. If
that makes sense.
You'll get more cravings for more things more often, you know. So I always recommend
reroute is what he's saying. Like it'll literally reroute your dopamine levels to different pathways.
Yeah. Because dopamine is there for procreation, for food, for motivation. That's what dopamine is for. If you rewire that for a drug, then you become incapacitated. You become ineffective. You know, it's not a good drug. Terrible drug.
Yeah, so I had a friend, her sister was really bad on meth, and her friend would come in and like they would take stuff and they would act crazy, but if they were not able to have their meth, they always wanted cocaine. Now I've done cocaine before, but it's been over 15 years. Like I do not like cocaine, the effects that it has on me. Like I know. But when I was on cocaine, it was really, really, really bad for me. And like that's why I know to stay away from it. But with them, they would substitute. That's the difference
between me and you though, because see, like freaking, like you're saying that it's bad and you don't like it, right? The problem with me is I did like it, and that's why I had to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, see, I had a really bad.
Well, that's the thing. You've got to be conscious enough to know that if you like something too much, you should definitely stay away from it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
But people don't think that with money. But I see what you're saying.
It's like medicine, you know what I mean? A normal person doesn't like taking medicine, okay? But when you get somebody that's rummaging through your freaking medicine cabinet because they want to get high,
oh my gosh,
you know what I mean? That's
everywhere. Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's why I'm an advocate for psychedelics, because they're not addictive and they inspire people, and it's an alternative to these like crazy drugs that are out there that are just getting kids addicted to and ruining lives. And look at all the crazy cool music that people come up with when they fucking take
blame it on the drugs.
Yeah, that's what he said.
They said that about rock and roll.
So anyway,
sex, drugs.
Bottom line is, acid is fairly tame. So like,
they
play
give you
around
like
with
the
it.
worst run about it in dare class, and then after that you kind of just like, you don't do that, you don't do this, and they'll never tell you the good stuff, and you got to grow up and find out.
Yeah, but dude, I mean, seriously, you got to be careful on that stuff too, because you'll end up having freaking sex with some hippie chick out in the freaking woods.
Gosh.
It's got freaking like hair growing under their toes and shit. I used to know this one guy. Everybody used to call him the Viper.
Roger.
He was the Viper. He was a part of the Rainbow Tribe. We brought him home. He's started eating like a shitload of ice cream, and he smoked so much pot, dude. He fucking dropped his face right in a bowl of ice cream. So we lifted up his head, took the ice cream out from underneath his head, and finished it off for him. And then he turns around and he freaking does acid and shit, and he starts telling us this story about, yeah, man, they called me the Viper because the tornado was coming at me, and you know what I did? I took a bottle of tequila and I threw it at the freaking tornado, and I told him, I ain't as scared of you, for I am the Viper. And this guy was like freaking a part of the Rainbow Tribe and shit.
Yeah, like I could picture a long hair Indian just like straight.
And you got to be careful with all of that shit, because like even I had fun times on acid, don't get me wrong, but I could have easily taken that too far. I really could have. I actually sat in front of my dad and I told him straight out, Dad, I think I'm going to quit smoking pot. And he's like, well, really? He got all excited. And I said, yeah, man, from this day on, I'm just going to stick to freaking acid. I'm going to stick to LSD. It's freaking, and he's just looking at me like I'm fucking crazy. He's like, are you seriously telling your dad?
I'm going to quit weed for LSD?
I mean, it's...
Well, I think that's a good option, because...
well, you don't tell your dad that shit.
Yeah.
Guess it depends on your closeness to your parents. I probably
depends on the person.
He was freaking pumping gas. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We're at the freaking.
But yeah, I mean, some interesting research has shown that LSD, DMT, DOI, all actually release nerve growth factor in the brain, and it actually makes your nerves grow. So, like, when I was going through med school, they taught us that your brain doesn't grow after a certain point. But now we know that certain drugs actually do release nerve growth factor and can make your brain grow. So, LSD is more than just a drug. It can actually be a supplement, like a booster for your brain,
I used to smoke a lot of weed, but I quit smoking weed. Yeah, the most you might catch me doing is a mushroom
matter,
or two.
Though?
I find weed makes me slow and lazy.
I haven't smoked weed in so long. Like regular weed, it's been probably almost a year. And then like HHC, I was engaging with that, but they say it uplifts, but it doesn't. And I haven't done that probably in almost 3 months. Like I just no. Like I said, the most I'll do is probably a mushroom. I'll rock with the shrooms, but I don't like to be down. I don't like anything that's gonna make me sleepy. And even if we get you up at first, eventually you have that come down regardless. And that come down is just it's a bummer because you miss like a good portion of a lot of stuff.
For me, on the end of my pot experience, it got to the point where you smoke yourself sober. I don't know if anybody's ever.
Yes, you're not even getting high anymore. Yeah, it's just like this is the natural state of mind. Yep.
It's like, why the fuck even do it? You know what I I'm sitting here smoking freaking seeds and stems and can't get freaking high, dude.
Well, you got horrible quality if you have seeds and stems in your work. It's horrible. I'm gonna grow weed, and I will do that, and then I'll make my edibles when I start growing. When I have my farm, that's when I have to transition because I'd like to get my farm, and then I can make my edibles. I make great edibles, but they make you really sleepy too. So I mean, like I'm gonna sell them less than.
You guys better hope like hell freaking Jack and freaking Mark doesn't, or Mike doesn't, or Jack and what's the other one's name? Bill.
Bill. Oh, you talking about?
Don't hear this stuff.
Right.
Oh, I got a new update. Freaking Dan thought I was like snooping and shit, which I probably was, but freaking they are freaking New Yorkers, dude. Okay, they live like just down the street from freaking New York City, dude.
Oh wow.
Technically, but that's all outside of Boston area.
Yeah. Well,
New
Boston
York,
ain't really all that much better. I mean, that's like Sam Malone.
Oh my gosh, those are two. Are you kidding me? New York and Boston. What are you?
Oh, Connecticut,
Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
They live
compared to New York.
They live right next to freaking that one college. It's just outside of New York City.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Bill grew up. They all grew up in the upstate New York area.
You mean Boston, New York? I thought you were talking about Boston.
It makes sense now. You know what I mean? A lot of shit makes sense with those two, because like freaking New York people are strange. I mean, just saying it on the internet is one thing, but like when you meet these people in person, I mean, they're in their own freaking universe. I used to live in Evansville, Indiana, and I had a guy freaking from New York that had to move there because of his girlfriend. And it used to piss him off because he couldn't understand how people would just let their dogs out. You know what I mean? Like, them dogs don't belong out here. And you need to have something to pick that dog shit up. What's up with that shit?
Well, that part, you shouldn't, nobody wants to step in dog food. I agree with that.
Evansville's not that big. You know what I mean? It's like a small city. You know what I mean? And like, I told him straight out, I was like, you're lucky you're not from where I came from, which is where I'm at now, you know, which is worse. You know, you can't even walk out and down the street because people just open their doors and let their dogs run at night.
I am a fan of Lewis Wassman, a YouTube commentator that owns his own independent repair shop and does a lot of videos in relation to Mac repairs. And he was brought up in New York, and he's only left New York for, I think, Florida, possibly, within the last 2 years, and he's been extremely critical of the issues surrounding living in New York and actually running a business in New York.
Yeah.
What happened to Tan?
He's still here. He's just like playing around with his computer.
He
does that stuff. He'll get caught. He mute.